your day has been beneficial, or you made small successes to where you told God thank you. You didn't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You woke up on the right side of the bed, clothed in your right mind, knowing which way to go. Because the time is now, and pain elevates you to go to the next level. And if there's no pain, there's no gain. So it's important that we stay humble and we tell God thank you, because most of the time you never know who's watching and who's listening. But God sits high and look low. And when God is ordering your steps, telling you which way to go, looking to and fro, you must understand that you are a great investment. God don't play about you. So sometimes you may wonder, how is it that you are getting by, you know, and you just got to tell yourself, if God did it before, he'll do it again. So you have not because you ask not. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open. See, we live in a world today where people rather celebrate your losses rather than your success. But when God trusts you with trouble, when God trusts you with one gift, he will make you fruitful to multiply, to be able to win souls, to be able to stand through the midst of adversity. See, God knew that you'll be in an environment or you'll be in a place surrounded by darkness. All it takes is one. So when you let your light shine, God is able to get the glory when people are you without a cause. They're doing all sorts of evil towards you. Pick it while you're walking, and God would really bless you because you know how to let God. You know vengeance is of the Lord. So you don't try to take matters in your own hands. You don't try to go toe to toe. You just be minding your business, telling God thank you, and focusing on your small successes. You know, you just try to conquer the day before the day get ahead of you. You try to get ahead of the day. And so a lot of people is gonna misunderstand you because of your anointing, because of what you've been through, and you don't look like what you've been through. Some people gonna think you being arrogant. They're gonna think you being cocky. Some people gonna think that you just going against the grain. But the whole time, you've been clothed in your right mind. You've been sealed and delivered. See what I'm saying? So now you are being transformed by the renewing of your mind. And now you're not afraid to let your light shine. See, it's like that mountain being on top of the hill where everybody can see you. And it's like you're not seeking for that type of attention. You're not looking for that type of approval. But then you kept telling God yes. You kept telling God thank you. You kept walking the narrow path to where you didn't know how you was gonna come out. But see, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of understanding. And the devil tried to get you to abandon your faith. The devil tried to get you to give up, to quit, to self-delete yourself. But something on the inside of you would not let you go astray. Because you said, Lord, I know if you did it before, you're going to do it again. I know you didn't bring me this far, Lord, to abandon me. Because fear is of the devil. And last time I checked, God gave you a sound mind to be able to hear. To say, peace be still. See, if you resist the enemy, he will flee from you. It don't take all that to get along. Some people just rather bully you out your position and provoke you to anger, provoke you to wrath. And as soon as you react to them doing things to you, now they say, see, That person ain't so righteous. Person ain't so holy. But see, God sits high and look low. So you want to keep your in the Most High God. You want to continue to tell God thank you. And you want to continue to walk with your head up, with your chin up and your chest out. Walking in that boldness and that confidence. Because you got to recognize if the devil had a chance to take you out, you would have been out of here a long time ago. I said a real long time ago. So, we live in a world that's dark. We live in a world, where people don't really want to speak. People not so kind. They standoffish. Um, not trying to communicate or, come together. You know, it's like the wheat and the tare. God is separated. So those of you that decide to walk the narrow path that's less traveled, keep walking that narrow path. Don't be overtaken by evil. Don't let evil take you out of here. Anything worth having is worth waiting for and fighting for. So you're gonna have to stand up and own your position. You're gonna have to stand up and keep thriving and keep striving. Thank y'all for entering the live. Those of you that's new here, over here, we encourage, motivate. Um, we bring testimony. This is a place where you can come and be yourself. And, I just try to uplift the masses and, try to give something relating to what you're going through to what God may have brought me out of. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. I just told God, yes. You know what I mean? So I just feel pain is no gain. Like, we got to stand up for what we believe in, and we got to lead by example, because you know the world is chaotic. The world is negative. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure we making that change that we want to be and we want to see. Like MJ said, start with the man and the woman in the mirror, asking him and her to change their ways. You see, because no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. So what's that song? It's the God in me. You think I'm so fresh. You think I'm so clean. What is it that you do for me? So, they say you don't know how hard I cry. You don't know how hard I pray. You know what I mean? So it's like, now that you made it on this side, now that you made it to the next level, it's going to be different devils. But you have to stay humble and hungry, and you have to stay vigilant and obedient. That's right, high frequency. You have to be able to tell God thank you when you standing in the kitchen and it get too hot. Because, diamonds are made under pressure. So the more pressure you go through, the more shine you're gonna shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And don't be apologizing for being obedient and humble to the Most High God. We fall down, but we get back up. What is a righteous man forgives 70 times 7. And you know, uh, so when God show us mercy and grace, and when God, uh, gave you favor and use people to bless you, it makes you want to bless somebody. It makes you want to help somebody when you see them in need. You know what I mean? And when you just got that heart of want to see everybody win, it's like, Lord, what are you doing to me? Like, I don't want to be loving right now. I don't want to be giving right now. I don't want to be nurturing right now. I don't want to pick up on how these people feeling right now. I'm just trying to go and get where I'm going. But see, when you tell God yes, your light is going to shine in front of the world to where you just going to start walking in it. You're going to accept it. You're going to say, okay, Lord, it's not my will, but let your will be done. I give myself away so you can use me. Here I am. I am that I am. And if I wasn't, why would they say I am? So don't be tuned in to the naysayers or the negativity. You know, people are going to envy you. Don't forget, when you living for God and you trying to do what's right, you trying to take the road that's less traveled. Come on now, you moving too fast, faster than a machine, faster than a calculator, faster than a robot. You don't think they gonna want to use your abilities? So that's why you got to make sure you keeping you a backup. Make sure that you always got something else going on that's gonna feed your mind. That's gonna help you advance through life. You know what I mean? So we have to perfect our attitude and we have to perfect our character. So you got to build the sensation on the inside. Like use those senses to tune out the negativity. See, the more you practice on turning away from evil, turning away from sin, turning away from order out of chaos or chaotic situations. See, you got the power to speak life or you got the power to speak death. But then when you got people speaking death on you, and though you walk through the valley of the shadows of death, don't be fearing no evil. Fear is of the devil. So when you able to walk with your head up and and you know what I'm saying, sometimes you got to get a little low, recognize and realize where you at, and then once you realize where you at, take off, spread your wings and fly. But come on now, you can't be popping that and showing people just because you've been through something now. Come on now, if God can trust you with a little, He gonna trust you with a lot. So it ain't about you popping out and showing people about your anointing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about you showing people how much you got it going on. You gotta let your fruit speak for itself now. See what I'm saying? You can't go back and forth talking about some. Oh no, I ain't trying to be all that. I ain't trying to be cocky. I ain't trying to do this. I ain't trying to take your spot. Oh, hush up with all that and let your light shine. Let God use you and let the people that don't agree with God in you lose you. See what I'm saying? Stop stressing about who's for you and who against you. Because if God be with you, I don't care if the whole world is against you, long as the Most High God don't leave your side. Understand what I'm saying now? Because people are going to talk about you if you're doing something good or you're doing something bad. People are going to talk about you if you're dead, if you're alive. Some people ain't going to never forgive you when you go to God and say, Lord, forgive me. You know, the Lord will forgive you, but some people is going to hold you to your past to the day that you die. So a lot of times we grow out of situations and we try to go back. We try to go back to help those that that helped us. But that can be a double-edged sword because it's like, get away from here with that foolishness. You talk about God too much. You too positive. You too this. And it's like, you know, they in a sinking place to where, you know, they don't want to be helped. They don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep praying to the Father and say, Lord, help him. You know, don't you try to intervene, but then that's what I'm saying. When we go back to the past, people will approach you by your past because that's how they remember you. So count it all joy and don't be trying to prove a point until you blue in the face. Accept it for what it is, let go and let God, and move forward. Because guess what? You got a lot of people on the sideline that's waiting on your downfall and they watching you climb, but they waiting to see how strong and how long is you gonna maintain. You see what I'm saying? See, it come a time where you learn from your mistakes. You put away the childish things and you become grown up to take responsibility, accountability, and discipline. You see what I'm saying? So you got to start to eliminate some things. You can't control what's out of your control. You got to tell God thank you for what you got left. That's what God wants. He don't want all of your past and your garbage and your junk, but he can use that too. But God wants you to say yes today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't keep on saying you got time. Don't keep on saying I'll do it tomorrow. Do it now, because God ain't gonna tell you no. But we gotta get on the frequency of the Most High God. We gotta learn how to get in alignment with the Most High God. You know, we gotta love each other. It's iron sharpens iron. Reach one, teach one. You know, Y'all like this video, share this video, comment at the bottom, subscribe to the channel, hype the video up. I thank y'all for being here. I hope that you leave here better than you came. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you wasting mine. So I just want to come over here and iron sharpens iron and hope that you feeling encouraged and feeling better than you was before. And hopefully you got a reminder of how important you are to God. You know, greater is he that is within me than he's in the world. You see what I'm saying? We must turn away from the ways of the world and acknowledge truth. Acknowledge love. It ain't all about getting the last word or winning the argument. You can be right at the wrong time and you can be wrong at the right time. Understand what I'm saying now? So wait on God to fight your battles. Keep showing up and keep going up. Continue to love on purpose. Continue to shine on purpose. Don't be apologizing because people can't take you. Yeah, you different. Yeah, you special. So keep your head down, mind your business, drink your water, and you know, peace be still. You know? So we can't help the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we don't have an age. You know what I'm saying? We don't have an age because we forever children of God. That's why I don't like people say I'm grown. I be like, what you grown to do? You grown to pay bills? Are you grown to put gas in the car? Like if you are so grown to where you ain't got time to approach your brother and sister, or you know, how you gonna love a God that you never seen but hate your brother and sister that you see every day? So how grown are you and what you grown to do? You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, where we stopped getting along at is when we got out of the houses from mom and dad and sister and brother. You know, you got too old or you got too grown to where you got to go to school now. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your grades. So now you don't want to play because somebody was mean to you or a teacher was so serious to where we don't play around here. What you're laughing for. You see what I'm saying? And it's like you allowed that to kill the inner child in you. You see what I'm saying? Now I want you to recognize and realize that God ain't never saw you that way. See, we got angels and demons. You see what I'm saying? Your angels are protecting you, and you got demons that's trying to take you out. You see what I'm saying? But that'll never happen because I never seen the righteous forsaken. You see what I mean? So don't be forsaken by the world. Don't be forsaken by the system. The system is the system, and everybody have to come out of it. That's why God tell us turn away from the ways of the world and acknowledge Him. You see what I'm saying? But we gotta make a living, you know. So it ain't what you do; it's how you do it. That's right. Love my ancestors and angels. That's right. You see what I'm saying? But then it ain't all about being available for the devil. Be available for God. You don't need to pull everything out the box and show people how much you've been through. Or no, let your light shine. Let your fruit speak for itself. You see what I'm saying? Hard work pay off, and when you serving God, you can't fool majority of the people. You see what I'm saying? You can fool the people, but you can't fool God. So it's a time out for apologizing for telling God yes. You know, you know, like it ain't all about, oh, I want this, I want that. Ooh, that look good. Ooh, look at that flesh over there. Yeah, you can want it, but you ain't got to get it. You don't have to have that. See what I'm saying? You can acknowledge it, and guess what? It's meaningless because it get old. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, sin will catch up with you. If you keep doing it and God keeps showing you grace, God will let that grace run out to where He'll let the devil get a hold of you, and it might scare you straight. You see what I'm saying? That's a laugh of joy. Understand what I'm saying now? Like this is a real spiritual world we live in, and you know you have a lot of people that coming up against the children of God, His chosen, and it's like we just want to live like everybody else. I mean, not exactly, but we just trying to maintain and get a little money up and take care of what we need to take care of. But then it seemed like People be doing the most because you are the most. You are the most high. You see what I'm saying? Come on now. If you hear me knocking, let me in. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna stand at the door and knock. I ain't just gonna kick your door in and huff and puff and blow your house down. That's what's wrong with, or you get it and it's not what you want. Very spiritual. You see what I'm saying? People will hijack you, rob you, and you know what I'm saying? They will try to control your will. But then when they see that you're a child of God and you don't bend a break for no man or no woman, then it's like, oh, okay, let's up the ante a little bit. But see, don't worry. Stand still and seek the salvation of the Lord. Understand that God is going to fight your battle regardless of what it is that you're dealing with. You know, every level is a different devil. If God did it before, he's going to do it again. Like, get the lesson. Every job you go to, every city you go to, every state you go to, any and everybody you interact with, learn the lesson. Understand that it's a blessing in it, but it's also choices and consequences. Everything you do is going to, it's going to cause an effect. So at the beginning of the day, at the ending of the day, you want to make sure you got God in mind, especially through the middle of the day. So that's why we got to protect our eye gates, our ears gates, the things we listen to and watch, the places we go, the people we opening up to, the people we closing up to. And it's like, you always growing every day. That's why it's important that you forgive. They may not forgive you, but you forgive them and you forgive yourself. Because sometimes you don't know that you was you. I didn't know that God was going to use me to speak. I didn't know that, that I had a voice like that. I didn't know God loved me like that. I didn't know I was a child of a king. You see what I'm saying? A child of a God, a holy, righteous, a big God. You see what I'm saying? And now, once you line yourself up and start to see yourself how God see you, now you operating on a whole different level. And now it's like, okay, God, I want you to stay in my presence. I want you to keep fighting for me. I want you to keep going before me and continue to show me, because it feel good when you go through that pain. It feel good when you stand through that shame. And the devil wants you to run. The devil wants you to quit. The devil wants you to leave a job because you got that one person just won't leave you alone. Every day they waiting on you. They don't speak to you. They don't acknowledge you. They just looking at you. And then they waiting on you to say something. When you say something, now that's how they gonna rob you of your energy. Now you got some people that, they gonna recognize that you're a real person. They're gonna recognize that you ain't with the games. They're gonna you got a good heart. But then you're gonna have some people, they just wanna, because of your energy so potent. You got that potent energy. You see what I'm saying? And see, you clothed in your right mind, and you've been trying like gold through the furnace, and now you coming out clean. And people like, who is that? They look so happy or so innocent, but what is this I'm feeling? Why am I feeling a quickening in my spirit? Why am I feeling heavy? Why I feel like they see me? I just want to get away. I feel exposed. And it's like, okay, I ain't do that. It's the God in me. You think I'm so fresh. You think I'm so clear. But it be the Most High God. And it's like every level a different devil. So you have overcome so many battles. And now it's time for you to heal. Now it's time for you to get back in love with God. It's time for you to read. It's time for you to study to show yourself approved. Start waking up in the morning praying to God like you once did before. Tap back in. Tap back into tap back tap back in, excuse me, for policy and procedure, safety purposes. Tap back in to that inner child. You know, don't be so heavy on life to where you can't laugh at a joke or you can't, pretend. They like to say fake it till you make it, but I don't fake it till I make it. I just try to adapt. I'm tired of being straight faced or, so lame to where I can't participate in a joke. It may be funny or it may not be funny, but I want people to feel welcome. I want people to trust me. I want people to know that I'm friendly. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not nice. Understand what I'm saying? That big difference. All right, let's move on for the sake of time and the sake of wasting time, because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want you to waste mine. So we are divine and we are aligned with our assignment, and we have to trust the process to where we ain't selling it for less. But if we have to step down, if we have to slow down, if we have to push our own cap back, if we have to humble ourselves a little bit more, then that's what we got to do so we can stay up on the show. You see what I'm saying? It ain't the time for you to get all mix the good with the bad. No, sometimes you got to smile when you want to cry. You see what I'm saying? Because you create your own happiness. You create your own reality. Now, once you learn to test the spirit by the spirit and you see how people coming, be quiet. Learn it. And guess what? Once they try to project on you, you can project it right back. But then you got a righteous projection, and it's like that's your shield. That's your block. Like, okay, I saw that. Okay, let me eat that. Okay, let me learn that. Okay, let me see how you doing that. Because you don't want to keep on opening yourself up for attack. You don't want to keep on going back and forth with people. So if you serve a big God, why you fearing a little devil? Or why you fearing man? Why you fearing woman? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Make it make sense. Don't fear man or woman or the little huffing and puffing or the little, they talking loud or they might make little noises when they see you coming, or they may gang up on you and start whispering and gossiping. What are you fearful of? Why are you focusing on that? You see what I'm saying? Tell God thank you. Tell God thank you because he keep on getting you through another day. God is continuing to make a way for you. You just started the job. They already ready to promote you in front of people that been there for what, 5, maybe 15 years. But guess what? What God got for you is for you. You can't be worrying about nobody being jealous of you or envious of you. Talking about, oh, they trying to take my spot. Oh, they working harder than me. No, I'm hungry. It's that dog in me. You see what I'm saying? It's that dog. You see? So you got to have that dog when it's raining, sleeting, and snowing to get up and go get it. To get up and go get it anyway. You can't be trying to wait on somebody to come help you or tell you what to do. No, I want to know for myself. I don't want to believe what you telling me. You telling me at 10 o'clock this going to happen. You told me it was going to rain yesterday. It didn't rain. You had me having an umbrella and a raincoat. I packed some extra clothes. I don't want to believe what you say. I want to know for myself. So when you know for yourself, it's mind over matter. And now you got the knowledge. You don't need nobody to tell you what to do. So now it's going to be disrespectful or it's going to be insulting your intelligence because it's irrelevant. You can see that I know how to perform well. You can see that I catch on. So now you just want to beat the horse. You see what I'm saying? But the horse ain't dead. The horse is alive. That's why when you resurrect, and that's why when you get yourself up and get yourself together and you get reborn, every day you wake up, people don't understand how is it that the sun keeps shining. Huh? How? It's impossible. We thought we killed you. We thought we defeated you. We thought we had you down for the count. They even planted your burial. They already got everything together. They already sent out the flyers and told everybody what time it was gonna be. And guess what? Look at you. You still rise. You still shining. You still standing. See, what God got for you is for you. You ain't gotta worry about no hater. You ain't gotta worry about you being outnumbered. People talking about you. Talking about what they gonna do. Why they ain't done it yet? They say they're gonna do something to you. Why it ain't happened yet? So you need to be praying for your enemies. You need to forgive them for they know not what they do. You know God don't play about you. So you need to be asking God, Lord, forgive them, Lord. Please don't punish them. Please don't hurt them, Lord. They don't know any better. I forgive them, Lord. I love them, Lord. You see? Because if God did it before, he'll do it again. And if he was the same God back then, he's the same God right now. But sometimes we run off and leave God. Sometimes we abandon our faith and we forget how much God has brought us through. We forget to go back and say thank you. Don't forget where you come from. Don't let the money make you, and don't let the politicking and the positivity, or don't let your demeanor or your environment influence you. Don't forget who you are now. You gotta have that dog in you now. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? Don't let that negativity push your cap back. Don't let that darkness stop you. You got a light on the inside of you. If you just tap into it, if you just have a faith of a mustard seed, them haters gonna have to get out the way now. I'm trying to tell you. Understand what I'm saying now? Bam, 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 bam. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. I need you to tune in, and I need you to tune in right now because we don't have that much time. We got to understand the time is now, and the Most High God is on your side. You're going to have to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Hold on, wait a minute. What Bruce Lee said? You got to be like water, my friend. You got to let it float. If it don't apply, let it fly. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. Everything you hear that the devil's saying to you ain't gonna apply to you, so don't apply it. Now, if you resist the devil, trust what I'm saying now, he's gonna flee. So you got places to be, and you got people to see, and you got people to meet, because you're very important. In case you forgot, I want you to know you is all that in a bag of chips. They need to go get the dip because you got too much sauce. You got too much flavor that it might rub off on your neighbor. You see what I'm saying? Now, if your stomach get to growling and you get a little bit hungry and you start to feel a little bit lonely, I want you to know it's best to be on your lonely because eagles fly alone. And at the top, it might get lonely and it might get a little cold. But don't let your heart be troubled because you been had an old soul. And they say the game ain't to be told, but it's to be sold. But see, we love people so much and we love God so much, we like to give it away for free. We give the truth away for free, the information for free, and if they want to know it, we give it to them. If they can't take it, we're gonna try to chop it down a little bit. We try to give them a little milk, but if they can't, and then if they can take the milk, we try to give them a little meat, and then we might throw a little bone in there. You see what I'm saying? But it's order, not order out of chaos. And it's okay to be criticized, but you need some constructive criticism. You see what I'm saying? You don't need to be criticized and put down and shut down and humbled. You've been humbled all your life. You see what I'm saying? The devil wants you to get aggravated and angry and keep on speaking that negativity. He wants you to keep on speaking having faith in the darkness, in the negative, in what you don't see. You see what I'm saying? Because of the spirits around you. You see? But guess what? If you look at the beauty in the skin deep, you will see that God got you right where he wants you. And you will recognize God knew you before he shaped you in your mother's womb. Before your mom and daddy ever met, you was at his right hand and you was at his left hand and you was in the kingdom. Trust what I'm saying now. But see, you can't go back through the womb for a second death. You got to be reborn by transforming and renewing your mind. Now, righteousness, and you're suffering for righteousness. You suffering for what's right. You know that ain't how it go. Low vibration, that what they want. God has a different plan. That's right. See, you know it ain't about the crab in the bucket or the bottom of the barrel, robbing Peter to pay Paul, or killing and stealing and destroying somebody, or taking. You know it ain't about that. You ain't get this far, and God didn't bring you this far to cause you to compete with the next person. Oh, who they think they is. They think because, people be thinking because they older than you, you automatically supposed to respect them. 9 times out of 10, yeah, you do respect them, but they don't respect you because They feel attacked. They feel intimidated. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you think you is to break the system or to break the mold? You didn't supposed to catch on that fast. You don't supposed to come in here like you're a supervisor and a manager. Let me tell you something. You're a general for the Most High God. You are a policewoman and a policeman for the Most High God. You know? You is the judge. Because you ain't got to say nothing most of the times. And people are already going to get to fidgeting. They're going to get to twisting. They're going to get to popping their lips. They're going to get to jaw jacking you. They're going to get to mugging you. They're going to be negative to you before they be nice to you. And when they nice to you, it's going to be a nice nasty or you know, it's going to be a semi-nice to where you just see something ain't cooking right. Something ain't sitting right. You see what I'm saying? And something don't look right. But I'm going to tell you something. If they want to get left, make sure you go right. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High God ain't gonna never leave you or forsake you. You know, if they want to get left, make sure you get right. You know, because you got people that love to see you down. They love to see you struggling. You know, and once they see you got your own mind to where you can't be manipulated, you can't be persuaded to go left or right, oh my God, that's when the game's going to begin. But I want you to know, you do have a friend, and you can be your own best friend, and you can be your own worst enemy. So when the enemy is coming, trying to get in your ear, and trying to tell you this, and trying to tell you that, I want you to understand, don't look back. Keep moving forward. If they negative to you, God trying to tell you something. God is trying to teach you something. Don't lose your head now. Don't lose your faith in the chaos. Don't you stop breathing in the smoke. See what I'm saying? You better find you somewhere where you can breathe at, and then you go back in that smoke. You know, go to the mountaintop and clear your head out and get a little long time with God. Don't you? They might call you selfish, but guess what? If you get that little long time, then you can show up better for them and yourself. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't get that alone time, you might drive yourself crazy and run them crazy to where you don't know if you're coming or going. Because sometimes we can love somebody so much to where we hurting them, you know. And sometimes you can, you know, your anointing can be in an environment, and if you stay in that environment or you stay in that situation, you may be causing that person danger, or you know, you may be crippling them. So that's why it's good to stay in prayer. That's why it's good to trust God and wait on God. You know, we got to learn from our mistakes. We can't keep doing the same sin and doing the same stuff we used to do and thinking we're going to get better, thinking God is going to move on our situation. You got to move on your own situation first. It ain't about the money. See, God tested you with trouble. God tested you with that trial just to see is you going to be in for the long while or you going to give up and quit. And look at your faith. Oh my God. Look at how God has tested his servant Job. No matter what the devil done and took from you, you stood there like a champ. When the devil kept on coming and screaming and trying to paint this illusion and got people coming against you, throwing everything at you but the kitchen sink, look how you stood on your 10. Yeah. They thought you was crazy. Don't be blaming them people because they didn't know what you was going through. See, you going to keep going through. You know why? Because you keep telling God yes. You keep on getting up. You keep on swinging. You don't get tired. You may have to sit down for a minute. You may have to get your mind right. But guess what? You don't get tired. You don't get tired of serving God. You don't get tired of talking about God and how good God has been to you. You don't get tired. No, you don't get tired. That's why you can't be silenced. But see, this type of silence you got moving forward, oh my God. If you just stay humble and keep telling God yes, the silence that you have, oh my God. You think you have grown in Christ. You think you have learned lessons from these negative situations and these low vibration situations. Keep telling God yes and keep on allowing God to use you. Watch how far you about to take off. Watch how far you about to go. Don't believe what I'm saying. I want you to know because you've been putting in that work. You've been serving. You've been obedient. You've been, you know what I'm saying? You've been denying yourself. You've been denying your flesh. You know, you made a covenant with your eyes. You made a covenant with God. And now you're turning away from sin. You're turning away from the world. You don't want things like you used to. You don't go places you used to. You don't want to do the things you used to do because you know God to be true. And you just want to say, God, have your way. You see, because you can never be God at giving. If God take care of the birds and the fishes in the sea, how much more will he not take care of you? Huh? And when he tell you don't worry about what you're gonna eat, and I'm gonna tell you something. When you humble yourself and you tell God, yes, every day you deny your flesh, people gonna start coming out of every which way blessing you, and the blessings is just gonna be pouring down. You know, you're gonna go into a place and they're gonna say, oh, your maybe your license was suspended. You're gonna go in there and they're gonna be unsuspended. That's just how the kingdom work. When you living for God, and if God taking care of the birds and the fishes of the sea, come on now. People just gonna see his presence on you and they gonna want to bless you. They gonna want to give to you, open the door for you. You know, some people just may go the other way because they can't take you. You see what I'm saying? But God is good all the time. I say God is good all the time. All you gotta do is tell him yes, tell him no. You know, you gotta hold your head up and you gotta stay up and you gotta keep on going and you can't slow down and you can't look around, but you gotta keep your head down and you gotta tell God, thank you now. You see what I'm saying? Because it's temptation out here and the devil is out here walking around like a pearl lion, seeing who he may devour. Understand what I'm saying now? You got a lot of people that's going to imitate you. You got a lot of people that's going to try to project on you and reflect on you and step on you, and they won't check on you unless they got you down now. So I want you to know, don't you be getting all down now. Don't you be getting all negative with those people because you need to give God the glory. You see what I'm saying? See, you are able to project the presence of the Most High God while they are trying to project the presence of their insecurity. Maybe their ego. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they pride. And you like, you know what? You supposed to be so grown and you want to be so sassy. Why you over here being a negative Nancy bothering me with my little post self? I'm just trying to get my feet in the door. You see what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke. So leave all that over there. And if you want a little barbecue, we can go ahead and grill it. You see what I'm saying? And go ahead and put it on the skillet because fat meat is greasy. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people be playing around with God and playing around with his children as if they won't get what's coming to them now. So that's why we got to pray for these people. Pray for these babies now because they don't know what they be doing. That's why you got to resist them. That's why you can't listen to them now. That's the devil. You got to focus because it's mind over matter. And a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't be giving these devils your power, your energy. Stay focused on the Most High God. You got too much to do. It don't take all that to get along. You just say hey and bye. Yeah, I might be a little shy, a little bit timid, but guess what? It's going to be okay because we learn from our mistakes. We learn the don'ts. You don't keep on letting nobody beat you upside your head and bruise your head and bump your head against the stone. Come on now. Yeah, we gonna turn the other cheek, but it come a time where you gotta reap what you sow, and it come a time where you gotta love, and then you gotta hate. It come a time where you gotta sit back now, and you gotta wait on God. Then it come a time where God like, okay, I'm waiting on you, you know. So, yeah, peace, love, and light, but sometimes you have to stay in the fight. Sometimes you have to do what you got to do just to stay true to you. You know, you say, yeah, that karma will hit. Yeah. When that karma hit them, it's going to be too late. So, you know, it's all about, see, when I was younger and I was in the world or of the world, God didn't really let me get away with anything. God always judged me quick. You know what I'm saying? But, uh, you know, I still was seeking God. I still went to church. I still tried to do the right thing. You know, but the flesh is weak, but the soul is willing. So it's like he said, too late. You know, so it's like we must recognize that we need God. You know what I'm saying? We need to make better decisions, you know, because you think you got control, you wondering how this happened. How did I have this many? You know, because the flesh want to live. The flesh try to come alive. So we have to deny it. We have to kill it. You know? Be thankful for what you have. Don't go seeking after what somebody else got. You know? You don't know what they had to go through to get what they got. You don't know if they really happy in that relationship. You don't know if they really happily married. You don't know. Some people fake it till they make it. They just put on a show, put on a facade. So you got to be thankful for what God is doing for you. You got to be thankful for what God got you at. It's small successes, small wins. If God opened the door and if he closed the door, you still got to be thankful. You still have to enter his gates with thanksgiving and praise. And that's why we need to be mindful of the words we saying and the words we speaking. You see what I'm saying? So y'all be blessed. I thank y'all for stopping through. If you new over here, I usually come on in the dawn, like early sunrise, maybe in the middle of the day, and you know, sometimes after midnight, maybe 10, 11 o'clock, depending on what kind of day I have. But I try to make myself available because, you know, you never know what people going through or, you know, what anybody going through. So anytime I can come on here and I can give glory to God, and, you know, that's what I'm going to do. But over here, I give testimony, motivation, inspiration, encouragement on, you know, throughout daily life. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to speak life and encourage somebody or use what I've been through to somebody, uh, you know, better themselves or remind them, um, you know, of the situation or that it's gonna be okay. You know, trouble might get in our way. We might have to cry sometimes, you know, but it's gonna be all right, you know. So it's amazing. Thank you. All praise to the Most High. Appreciate you did it. Where are you subscribed to the channel? And if you are, make sure you drop down to the notification and you hit all. That way, when I go live or if I post a video or anything, you'll get it. You'll be first to know. And if you get a chance, scroll back through my channel and look at some of my videos on the shorts. I made a couple of rap videos. You know, it's very inspirational, inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, y'all stay blessed and highly favored. Thank you for stopping by. All praise to the Most High God. You want to get your lessons outside of school? Get rid of the drugs. Stay away from the in crowd. Get close to God. Y'all on the next one. Yep. I'm going to be posting this a little bit once